This is a story time on why it took me literally 3 days to shoot my shot with my now girlfriend. These stories are going to be split up into days. That's how the parts are going to go. Day 1, day 2, and then the final successful day 3. But without further ado, let's get into it. So we were getting on a big trip. It was me, a lot of my friends, cousin, and a few of his friends, but they weren't in for a lot of parts of the story, but just for respect. It's my cousin Sam, Laurel, and his friend Josh, and Jorge, honorable mentions. Then there was my friend Josh, SJ, Jasmine, Maddie, my girlfriend, Anthony, Gabby, and the homie Still. All the boys were in one room and all the girls were in another room. This will be important for later on in the story. So yeah, we finally get on the ship. We've been thinking about it. We've been ready for this vacation. It's an amazing vacation. We do what's called a Lido deck party. That is like the main party that starts it off. As the ship is leaving the port, there's just this big party on this Lido deck. And everybody's dancing, laughing, having a great time, right? And if you want me to tell you about the story time of the best vacation I've ever been on, just comment the number 1 and I will put something together. My friend Gabby they have this big dance circle and she's the first one to dance in the dance circle. Now, why is this important to the story? I'll get to it. She's the first one to dance in the dance circle, and that kind of puts all of us on the map. So everybody is recognizing us as the kids from Omaha because after she did the dance, since she was the first one to dance and kick off the party, she got an interview in front of everybody, and they were like, "Yeah, where are you from and who's with you?" And so we're like telling them like, "Yeah, we're from Omaha," and they're like, "Woo!" And everybody's cheering, right? So from that point on, we're known as the Omaha kids on this whole trip. Finally, there's another big dance circle, and that's when I get in and I start cutting a rug. I was dancing with this old white guy. Amazing. Such a fun time. That was the end of the deck party. And after that point, everybody kind of had their eyes on us. It's the first night of the cruise. Of course, we're young. We're like in our 20s. So we want to go check out the cruise club. Me and the boys in my room, we get ready. And the girls, they get ready too. So we head to the club. We're having a fun time. And we noticed that the girls never showed up. So it turns out that they actually fell asleep before going to the club and just called it a night from there. So it's just the boys and I at the club and we're just chilling. Yeah, so we're all here dancing, having a fun time. And me, I already have this notion that I want to tell Maddie that I like her on this ship. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to dance with anybody. I'm gonna just go there to have a fun time. I think Josh and my homie Anthony, they're over there like just wilding out, doing their own thing. I'm wilding out, doing my own thing, but keeping it respectful was the homie Steph. So we're chilling in the club and this woman, we'll call her B, walks up to me and she's like, "Hey, I saw that you guys were dancing out there earlier. Like, you guys are the Omaha kids, right?" And we're like, "Yeah." She was very attractive. I will say that. She was very attractive, but I was like, I got my mindset on one person and one person only, so I do not care. I'm not giving her much time of day, still being very cordial, very nice, but I'm like, I'm not trying to do any of the passes that you're giving me because she was making a move on me. That's the thing. She was actually making a move on me. And then she's like, "Hey, we should hang out." And I was like, don't think that's a good idea. In my head, I pulled a little play out of the girl's textbook. When someone that's not interested in you comes to you and says we should hang out, you make it a group thing so it's not awkward. So that's exactly what I did. I was like, "Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll hang out. Hey Anthony, you wanna go get pizza after the club with B?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, like sure, I'm down." All that. And yeah, so I made it a group thing. We go get the pizza and then we just go our separate ways and we go into our room. I had no chance to talk to Maddie at all because she's passed out. So I was very hopeful that on day 2, I would be able to shoot my shot. And we'll just see how it plays out.